Hello guys, welcome back. It's week 7. We're finally into finishing towards this month too. We got 2 more weeks left. What's going on with baby this month is you're actually 10,000 times bigger. Your embryo is 10,000 times bigger than it was when it was conception. It's about the size of a blueberry still very small, but huge strides. Right now, your little guy is starting to look more human-esque. We are growing 100 brain cells per minute. Oh yes, and don't mind the TV and probably baby noises you hear, but this is the only way I'm going to be able to record during this time period of massive mental boo-boo with my kids and some teething issues as well. But that's okay. On top of 100 brain cells being made per minute, our mucus plug is officially made, the umbilical cord is officially there, and the corpus luteum is officially out of here. We also have kidneys made for proper waste, which, goes kind of hand in hand with the umbilical cord. And our little alien also has hands and feet, but they're webbed. So everything's going in proper proportions, leg bones, things like that, which if you do get an ultrasound at this time, especially, which is pretty common, this week or next week, around for like timing, figuring out how your due date, if that was accurate by, guess of baby size, things like that. This is what they're looking at. They're looking at the size of your legs, your arms, their feet, head, that kind of stuff, because at this point it should be around the size of a blueberry if it's week 7. You got the same body symptoms that you have. Honestly, they just kind of get more and more intense per week, and then they kind of hit this middle point at around week 10 to 12, and they start to drift off to not be so bad, usually. Not for everyone, but usually. Food aversions typically start around this week, which means foods that you no longer can eat, which you always ate before. It's different for every person. A lot of people it's beef, but it can be literally absolutely anything, and some people can never eat it again. Other people can eat it the minute they are no longer pregnant or breastfeeding, because sometimes breastfeeding can kind of linger those just because the same hormones, well, roughly the same hormones, are still amping this up, which is the huge cause for food aversions. So another weird thing is that you're actually going to start to develop more saliva during this time, and it's now led to believe that that's actually to help with your mouth and teeth because of the vomit that you have constantly when you're pregnant this early. And the more saliva is just better to protect that so your teeth don't erode and no sores are created out of your mouth. Obviously, if you have severe vomiting, those kind of still tend to occur, but that is what is a phenomenon that goes in our bodies that now we've kind of guessed, and that does make sense if you truly put 2 and 2 together. Obviously, right now, you should really be trying to eat as many fruits and vegetables as you possibly can. Some of you, that's kind of difficult because of food aversions, or it might be hard to hold certain things down acidity-wise because of having so much vomiting. But if you can, that'd be great. Obviously, the extra minerals and vitamins are key to not only for you to survive, or not only baby, but for you to survive. It's really going to help you as your body is making all of these changes to stay on top of things, especially so you're not getting sick on top of everything else you're going through. But that's really all that it is. And what's going on with the doctors is you're probably going to be getting a time if you have been to an OB. If not, you will be going to your OB appointment this week or next week, or you should be at least. You should be by the end of month 2. You should have seen an OB. And after you see your OB, they should be setting up a timing ultrasound if you're interested in ultrasounds. Obviously, if you don't care, it doesn't matter. But that's all they're really doing is they're just checking to see size of embryo, and that's what they base it off of for your due date, just to confirm that you were actually accurate with your period, which most people tend to not be, which is why they've made this ultrasound in particular pretty regular. But again, you don't have to do that. It's really just a good idea to have an ultrasound at least once, in my opinion, just to ensure there's no drastic things, and that doesn't take away, I don't say that so that you can make a decision to terminate the pregnancy. If you want to do that, then you are probably already someone that, or if you were someone that already would think of this due to issues along with the baby, you are more than likely an individual that is pro ultrasounds. So I don't really have to talk to you regarding these, but individuals that have their swaying feelings regarding ultrasounds, I think at least one during your pregnancy, maybe more towards like the middle, is kind of important just to make sure that you and baby are doing okay. I think that's one of those medical advances that are great to have during serious situations, and you can't really know about those unless there's a serious situation going on. I'm not a person that says you should have a million ultrasounds. I think that's totally based on a human experience. I had a million of them with my twins, and they didn't have any factors that people believe. And I had one or two with my oldest, and again, same experience. So it's truly a personal opinion, but I do think at least one is important. But I do not think the timing one is necessarily important, especially because as anyone knows, it doesn't matter. If you're roughly around the month, then great. If you don't know your period and you truly didn't know, it might be a good idea to do that just to be safe, because you really can only tell by ultrasound at this point because your hormone levels are starting to steady off. So it's kind of hard to tell at that point. But yeah, that's it for week 7. If you have any questions, comment below.